This is KHQA Sports.
And tip top of the evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Sports Final. Been a bit of a wild night, lots of great goings on in all three states, but we're going to start you tonight with a high drama that took place in the Quad Cities. Now, our crew up there didn't get the highlights quite back in time because it was double overtime, so we'll bring you the final highlights of a big Quincy High victory coming up tomorrow. But check out the scoreboard as the Blue Devils get it done in a win over 10th-ranked Rocky, 72-62, again in double overtime. The big story in this game, at the end of regulation, Lincoln Elby hits one of two free throws after the Blue Devils went ice cold, scored just 6 points in the fourth quarter. They end up having to fight their way back, not once but twice through overtime, but a big steal and bucket by Michael Dade late is the difference in this ball game as the Blue Devils extend and win in a game that was truly a classic tonight. Again, those highlights coming up for you on the big overtime show coming up tomorrow. How about Quincy Notre Dame in action? The coaching debut of interim Quincy Notre Dame coach Bruce Bonas. His team trying to attack powerhouse Manual, and look at the backdoor cut there by Austin Ritter all day long. Beautiful stuff from him, and what a take. Meanwhile, more goodness here, this time from Ben Welper posting up and breaking away from the bigs from Manual, but Manual just too strong, and it doesn't help things when you're hitting shots like this. Half-court buzzer beater by the Rams, and that's kind of the story of the ball game in this one. Are you kidding me? That kind of night for Quincy Notre Dame. They end up losing a heartbreaker, 74-53. Not really a heartbreaker, just a bad game for them, unfortunately, on the road against a powerhouse, but things will hopefully in their favor get better. Meanwhile, now here's Will.
Well, the Bombers in Macomb playing as well as anyone in the area at the moment. Back home tonight hosting a Central team that's capable of pulling off an upset against anybody with their style of play. Now just ask Payson Seymour of last year. To the hangar we go. Jacob Billiter been such a stud all season long for Macomb. He's going to start off with the jumper right there from about 15 feet away. Back down the floor, here's Jason Dormeyer. He was strong early on for Central, but the Bombers just kept pushing. Grant Hannett, pretty feed right here to Damone Doyle, who gets the lane right there. He had a big night as well. Just before the quarter's end right here, steal by Doyle, up the Billiter. Looks like he's going to dunk it. He was a little upset after that. He wanted to slam it home, but he gets the lay-in nonetheless. Dormeyer strong inside for Central again. How about the little up and under from him? Scored his team's first 6 points right there. He comes back down the floor to play a little defense, but it was just Billiter and Doyle tonight. They each had 18 points, I should say, as Macomb gets it done over Central tonight. Final score, 51-41 from the hangar. Over to Chris.
You know who's fun, Will? Grigsville Perry taking on Brussels. It started with a Max Steinbaker three, and then it was like, give the highlight guys something to deal with, because it was absolute joy tonight from our end. Maximum transition fun from Maximum Steinbaker right here as he gets things going in a proper speed and venue at this point. More to come. Riley Bradshaw, no. Oh, but look at the finish right there by the big fella, Joseph Myers, up by 15. Grigsville Perry going to do more work in this one. Myers with a breakaway. Oh, he's fouled in the act, but still makes the three-point play. We're denied our dunk, but those guys were trying. How about some Skylar Miller? Bank shot open. It's an 18-point lead, and it would just continue to grow. Alley-oop action. Oh, goodness. Caleb Bradshaw getting goodness to fall as well, as it was all Grigsville Perry all the time in this ball game. They blow out Brussels by 30 tonight through the Tornadoes at the Knicks. 79-49 your final there. Up the road, Brown County at the half trailing Liberty, but trying to get something going in a turnover-filled game. Tate and Rowe, we'll get to him in a second. He had a really good game. Michael Mass, none too shabby either, off the feed there by Reed Wolfmeyer. But this was Mr. Rowe, led all scorers tonight with 23 points, had himself a pretty awesome night getting it going at that point. His team at that point up 16 after a big flourish in the second quarter. More to come in this one, though. Brown County going to try to fashion an answer. Pretty good night from Carter Lewis. Look at the tough take here and the contortion to get that in. Brown County, though, could never really regain traction in this one. Michael Mass doing Michael Mass type things. Look at him duck under the defense and throw one up. Jared Hoots with his LeBron face. The LeBron James did something good face tonight. He didn't like LeBron. He didn't like that effort tonight as Brown County gets beat 69-53. Over to Will.
I'll tell you what, Liberty, they are going to be a good team coming down the stretch. Already a good team. Going to be a great team. We'll see in postseason play here. Rushville Industry taking on Midwest Central right here. Cross-court pass. That's Trevor Pike who's banging home the three-pointer right there. Rockets getting Manning Plater going after that. Inside feed to the big fella. He uses the glass for the deuce, and more from Plater after that. Midwest Central, they just didn't have an answer for this guy. They should have kept going to him. He gets the friendly roll right there, and the big fella, he can do it from three land as well as he hits the corner three tonight. Rushville just couldn't come back in this thing as they lose tonight by the final score of 57-45. Carrollton, we got a little action for you. There's Cody Leonard, the future Quincy University Hawk, committed to them last week. He is going to be a good one, folks, and he got to work early on in this one. This kid is just all muscle. If you didn't get a chance to see him play on the football field, here's a little taste on the basketball field, or basketball court, I should say. What am I saying? Puts the rebound in off the glass right there. We're going to see Jarrett Smith a little up and under as well for the Hawks. Tom Badgick and company going to be getting a really good one right here. And Mr. Leonard, how about the rebound right there? He gets the putback, and no problem whatsoever for Carrollton today as they get it done over South Fulton, 79-47. How about a couple of Illinois scores to pass along to you as well? The late game down in Beardstown, the host team, they get it done over North Green, 60-47. Also, Payson Seymour, they leave no doubt about it over Southeastern tonight. I believe Winston Smith not playing in this ball game, 58-18 right there. Illini West behind Braden Bennett's 17 points. I'll tell you, that man just keeps getting it done. And Porta, a winner over Pittsfield tonight, 55-39. Quinn Leahy, 21 points in that ball game.
Northeast Missouri, Macon and Palmyra, pivotal showdown in the Clarence Cannon Conference. Good start for the Tigers, who have been enigmatic, but good when good. And that fella is a big reason why. All 6'9" of John Murray, great take. And then he channels his inner Brad Doherty, kicks one out. Eventually it ends up in the hands of Christian Thrasher. Macon leading early. Will Obert trying to bring his team back. Top of the key jumper, and that he pures at that point. Good stuff from him. Thrasher, though, trying to answer at the other end and would do effectively that. On the interior, flashes free. Pretty good wide receiver, not a bad basketball player either. Again, Macon with the lead at this point. Palmyra has to fight its way back. Good take right here by Obert. Again, big story in the second half. A flourish from Trevor Menney, who finished his night with 30 points as Palmyra rallies back and gets the win. 70-67 was your final there. Elsewhere in Northeast Missouri, how about a moment to take a little honor for Austin Richmiller over in Brookfield tonight? Highland gets the win. Richmiller with 26 points, and in so doing, becomes the all-time leading scorer in Highland Cougar basketball history. Great kid, Sacramento Kings fan. I just threw that in for fun, but good for him. Congratulations, Austin. Job well done. Monroe City tonight goes on the road and beats Marion County 59-29. Very balanced scoring effort led by Taryn Ritter in that ball game. Centralia heads to South Shelby, picks up a win despite the despite the 11 points tonight from Chase Morrow in that ball game. Clark County, too much for Mark Twain. And Scotland County rolling and red hot, kind of under radar. Tyler Buford with a big night leading his team past Milan 81-50. Up in southeast Iowa, Fort Madison, a team we will see tomorrow on the big overtime show. They knock off Mount Pleasant 61-44. Believe Miles Wensine had 9 rebounds to go along with those 29 points on the night. Holy Trinity, good at home. 3-point shooting barrage for those guys who got it done there. 80-43 was your final in that ball game. And also want to pass along a Keokuk score over Washington on the road, 41-31. And I want to pass along one more score from Northeast Missouri. Knox County a winner late over Schuyler County, 54-51 on a buzzer beater by Joe Engelbrecht. Now let's get you to the girls' side of things. Chris Parsons, Palmyra Lady Panthers taking on Macon. This was a dandy showdown, perhaps the game of the night. Haley Wassman trying to get Palmyra back into this thing after they were trailing at this point. It would be nip and tuck throughout, though. Wassman with a nice bounce on somebody else's rims. That's pretty nifty. And then Palmyra finding Savannah Nyson doing nice work on the interior as well. But Macon seemed to answer every punch in this ball game and answer them effectively. Katie Clapp, really good guard, doesn't get enough credit. Look at this bit of dribbling right through the heart of the Palmyra defense, creating opportunities for herself. Then Mackenzie Jemis, oh, she's pretty good as well. Great first step, great finish at the cup right there. And then Chili Brett, you know all about her, all-conference type player doing all-conference type things, leading her team to a 1-point win over Palmyra tonight. That's going to be big in the conference standings, 39-38, your final in that ball game. More girls action for you. Clark County bounces back after that tough loss last night in Mendon. Carissa Bevins leading a balanced effort as it was Clark County beating Mark Twain 56-25. Highland girls lose to Brookfield despite a decent night from Sydney Luttrell. Marion County gets 11 points and 9 rebounds in a loss against Monroe City. Up in southeast Iowa tonight, it was Cardinal being filled by Holy Trinity on homecoming. Holy Trinity now 11-7 on the season. Keokuk a winner over Washington. Michaela Davis with 14 points. Their score you don't see. The Fort Madison girls got beat tonight as well. And now here's Will with some college fun.
Up to Western Hall, Billy Wright's team hosting IUPUI tonight. Back and forth first half, and this one second half next attacking the tin right here. Garrett Covington, too strong. Tate Stensgaard's going to clean that one up and put it off the window. Next possession, Covington again. Pull up Jay. He's going to hit that one every time. WIU up 3 at this point. Jamie Patish, he'd extend it from the corner. And the Necks, they're going to go down, and they're going to take this one by the final score of 63-59.
We'll have plenty coming up tomorrow on the huge overtime show, including those Quincy highlights. We're hoping they're going to get here any moment now. Gotta love double overtime, kind of throws everything into a tither. But we shall have some wrestling for you from the Q&D Invitational, plenty of basketball, college and high school, and all the usual overtime fun. We'll see you right here at 10:30. Don't forget to buy the milk and the bread. It's going to snow. Disaster. Have fun, everybody.